So it's July 17th, and it's about 9 o'clock in the evening. I forgot to do the video after the search, but so then the first video that you've seen, we were just getting started. Riley and Casey went out to the county forest before us and parked their car and texted us when they were leaving their car so that we knew how long we wanted to wait before we went out there. So it was about 45 minutes overall by the time we left our truck with Kimber to start searching for him. So it was typical. We went over to the car. That's the hardest part is getting a dog started on the track. In my opinion, it just teaching them that. So she went over and sniffed the door handles, sniffed under the doors, and then we told her to find them, which is the command, that we give her, and then she goes to work. We headed a few hundred feet down the road where they turned into the timber and went in on a little animal trail. As we started into the timber, Kimber went past it and then turned around and came back to a sweatshirt that was laying there, and she touched her nose to it. So before we started doing search and rescue for people, we were working on scent-specific items that we would hide for Kimber, and she had to touch them with her nose in order to get the reward. Anyways, and then she would do that multiple times. We might put down 3 bottles, and the one with the ham in it, for instance, she would have to touch it with her nose, and then she'd get a treat, and she'd touch it with her nose. Every time she touched it with her nose, she'd get a treat. Anyhow, that's how, to me, that's her telling me that sweatshirt belongs to the person that we're looking for. So we continued on into the timber, and they had went into some thick brush and had to back out, come back out to find a better trail to continue on. So we, she takes you into those things, and then she throws a negative or turns around in the brush. And it's kind of difficult when it happens because you're really just relying on your dog. But she rocked it. She, she ended up tracking them, down there's a lot of trails out there, but then you cross from trail to trail, and anyhow, they tucked off of one and tucked behind a log so she couldn't see him as she approached him, and she rocked it. She found him, and then their next search, we didn't wait for a period of time. What we did was we have them go, because it just takes too long for us to get out there and do these practices if we let them all soak like half hour, 45 minutes to an hour. So they go, and what they do is they call us on a radio when they're in place, and then we head out, and so they're a lot shorter searches. That way we can get in a couple more in a night and then head home. Anyhow, Kimber rocked it. The decoys did a really good job today for us. We really appreciate it because it's hard to get people to really listen to what we need. My hat's off to Riley and her brother Casey for coming out there and spending the time. We can't thank them enough. Anyhow, that was it. It was a great night. I hope you guys all have a good night, and I'll see you next time.